my gift in the finest, yes, of text. Expect what? Fabulous craftsmanship, remarkably finessed. Write what I know what I feel what I hear what is real, meaning pure, meaning pain, meaning love, meaning art, meaning all of the above for starters. Heart is love, heart is pain, heart is pure, heart is strength, heart is a how does one say? Heart is a skill, and it'll be a part of me too. I'm slaughtered and killed, but when the bucket is kicked, the water will spill. The flow will be spread, life will be bled. In spite of the spiteful, the light will be shed. Change will be formed, a new day will dawn. The water will wash away all of it wrong. The spirit of love will live on through the song. A new beat, a beautiful lot to be spawned. Do you believe in the power of rain? Showers that hover above the terrain. A lot to be lost and a lot to be gained, but in order for rain, it will order the rain, and a lot of the mockery gotta be slain. The poverty that will no longer remain. The poor will inherit the music to cherish and view the perspectives of faith you selected with a new objective. Change will be made. Love it or hate it, the name will be praised. Bounce up and down, fracture the ground, capture the sound. I rap, my gift in the finest, yes, of text. Expect what? Fabulous craftsmanship, remarkably finessed. Master the flow, faster or slow. I hit it with a little bit of it to get it moving. I know what I'm doing, know what they're doing is too. Separate things, so put it together and sing. Wanna get it on, let's get it on. God did it on me, with it on me, still a harsh beat. Set it on, hard headed on. Wait a minute, am I get it off track? Losing the rhythm? Well, let me get it back. Give me that, gather around, bounce up and down, fracture the mouth, forget it, I'm sick of that. I'm a babbling and battling, nothing really, just flap on my mouth. Little bit of this, little bit of that, gotta balance it out, but I'm about spitting the rap, showing you that, flowing this fat, but it's meaning it counts. What else? Breaking it bounce, taking the crown, making it sound, laying it down. I'm playing around, face all over the place, nowhere to be found. But the words never ready, whether be heard until now. Lost it, never be to rock, creative, we get aroused, to get a crowd, to give it up, to get around. You ripped it up with a how, could I get it down? Your shit is sick as fuck, these illiterate fucks, inconsiderate smucks. They're in to get it drunk, the rest of us are in to get it in the other interested stuff. Bounce up and down, fracture the ground, capture the sound. Now when it comes to spitting the flow, ripping the show, sticking the hoe, I deliver something that'll make them shake and shiver. Fuck a topic, fuck a concept, fuck a point. I'm gonna brag about myself like everybody else. So here's to another meaningless joint under my belt. Cheers. I propose a toast to those who drink beer and smoke pot to the point where they can no longer think clear. Step inside the booth, fall ass backward to land in a career. Here, hip-hop is here to employ witty men and foolish boys. You would enjoy this beautiful noise. It's equivalent to that of which you would flush down the toilet. A bunch of shit, and believe you me, I got a bunch of it in overwhelmingly large abundance of law to run with. For some it's hard to stomach 100 bars of rubbish. You'll either love it or leave it. If you love it, you'll eat it. If you eat it, you'll need to be treated immediately, cause it's iller than, I don't know, toxic waste. Ooh, many styles in the motherfucking place. Don't act like you ain't heard the name or seen the face. I ain't here to make a living off of taking up space. Many styles in the motherfucking place. Come on, you ought to know by now that I ain't taking up space. Don't act like you ain't heard the name or seen the face. Come on, I ain't here to make a living off of taking up space. Ever wonder what it's like to wonder what it's like to wonder? They get up out of bed but can't awaken from their slumber. They know what they've been told by those who know what they've been told. You see, this hand-me-down knowledge generated ages ago. And I know what they've been told, cause I've been told the same thing. I had to broaden my horizons to expand on greater things. Eyes clean with the initiative to explore finer things, literature, in order to design a signature. I put the pen in the palm, then extended the arm with the intentions of inventing, not to mention dropping bombs. But I was too dependent upon a person to set it on until the writing had transcended into gems instead of bombs. You see, I'd rather them have the gem to cherish instead of a blast that'll perish a couple of seconds after you get it. I'll laugh at this disastrous fetish to kill a flow. If you were to kill half of the flows you spill, you wouldn't be taking up space. space. Many styles in the motherfucking place. You oughta know by now that I ain't taking up space. Don't act like you ain't heard the name or seen the face. I ain't here to make a living off of taking up space. Many styles in the motherfucking place. You oughta know by now that I ain't taking up space. Don't act like you ain't heard the name or seen the face. I ain't here to make a living off of taking up space. I think I'm tired of rap, I'ma retire. In fact, whatever occupation I desire, I'ma do that. Never mind the qualifications it requires. In fact, just hand in an application and wait for them to call back. If I get it, I'll get it. If I don't, then I won't. Let it move with my hopes, I'm too stupid for that. Training is something I lack, experience is a factor. But what does it matter? I never needed shit to be a rapper, and boy did I succeed in that. In fact, I did more than succeed, like a triple platinum plaque indeed. Do I need to proceed? Or you see what I'm getting at? Well, this here little analogy sort of speaks the mentality of those who seek a salary in hip-hop nowadays. Don't make an ass out of yourself for the sake of getting paid. If this can in any way help you to put the pen away, then the intent is to prevent you from writing another day. Up space, many styles in the motherfucking place. You oughta know by now that I ain't taking up space. Don't act like you ain't heard the name or seen the face. I ain't here to make a living off of taking up space. Many styles in the motherfucking place. You oughta know by now that I ain't taking up space. Don't act like you ain't heard the name or seen the face. I ain't here to make a living off of taking up space. Take one.
Lights, camera, action, start rapping. Card, not enough butts, bring in the sluts.
I would like to take this time to thank the fake fucks and dumb bitches with big boobs getting paid to strut.
Move.
Come on, people, do what you gotta to get in the mood. Get naked and hotter, the more naked, the hotter, the quicker, the better. We gotta get it going instead of procrastinating. You to cast it, taking too long. The staff's complaining, they're getting sick of the song, and I don't blame them. If I was them, I would be sick of it too. The only difference is I think I'm starting to get sick of you, and I'm beginning to wonder what it is I'm listening to. Bullshit, unbearable bullshit. I peel your terrible music, pop your bubblegum sound and stop you troublesome cops from coming around. You're not bubbling on blocks, you got locked down. And if you're running the spot, then why you running around making it hot? Face it or not, you faking it out. You can tell me what it is and I'ma tell you what it's not. This preposterous crock of shit has gotta stop. The record's cut. I've seen enough. Stop the presses, the record sucks. It's not impressive, I'm sick of being sick of seeing the same stuff. Roll the credits, the record's what? The record's cut. I've seen enough. Stop the presses, the record sucks. It's not impressive, I'm sick of being sick of seeing the same stuff. Hold the credits, the record's cut. Lifetimes to figure out how to write rhymes, and maybe then one glorious day you might find the proper way to operate and drop a tape to stop the fake who overpopulate. You know I got a lot of hate locked away inside the depths of fire. Your breath of fire, you kept this out the chest, and if I were heavy to be next to a motherfucking set, then I'm a repetition scene to bits and pieces. In between eclipsy and decent, I'll get the dick, the increasing and treacherous beatings of executive weaklings on the premises bleeding. Be the evidence leading the detectives to reaching the collected and well-respected belief in the objective of leaving. The man responsible for these horrible crimes is said to have something to do with rap music. But no shit, Sherlock, your information is useless. Plus your reason for infiltrating is foolish. The proof be the rhymes that I wrote in the booth right after I put the producer's neck in the noose. The record's cut, wait a cotton pick a minute. I ain't stopping till it's finished. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. The record's cut. I've seen enough. Stop the presses, the record sucks. It's not impressive, I'm sick of being sick of seeing the same stuff. Roll the credits, the record's what? The record's cut. I've seen enough. Stop the presses, the record sucks. It's not impressive, I'm sick of being sick of seeing the same stuff. Hold the credits, the record's cut. How many takes does it take for change to take place and change the flow of the main? You know what I'm saying? Every scene seems the same. It seems like something I've seen, so I change the channel and yell at the screen. Fuck, now this type of thing seems strange to most human beings. David, wake up, what? You're having a bad dream. The people inside of the TV, you're making me scream. See, I live with my mother and I'm over 18, while you motherfuckers are getting chauffeured in limousines to a club where the promoter wants you treated like kings. And I'm wasting my time by waiting online, cause anybody that's dressed in jeans and sneakers ain't getting inside. I'll get rejected by your venue of peasants, but in a world of beautiful minds I'm more than accepted. Seen as an ordinary being, one of the selected few that has been selected to do extraordinary things. And when the day comes to make some changes, I'll be called upon by an angel with a task to seek the chosen one. I'll be right there in a high chair with a nice pair of white socks that I'll rock to paint the perfect picture with a tight plot about a director with with a vision of putting together something a bit better than what's been on the television. And I could give less than a heart and shit if you listen, cause you'll be jumping on my dick when I succeed in my mission. The record is cut. I ain't seen enough. Stop the presses, the record sucks. It's not impressive. I'm sick of being sick of seeing the same stuff. Hold the credits, the record is what? The record is cut. I ain't seen enough. Stop the presses, the record sucks. It's not impressive. I'm sick of being sick of seeing the same stuff. Hold the credits, the record is cut. Where the drums at? Yeah. Right about now, right about how I having the damn thing to write about right now. Right about now, right about how I can take a situation and turn it around. By writing about how there's nothing to write about, I'm able to take the problem and turn it inside out. And from the inside sprouts a solution, that which is held accountable for the conclusion, bringing me closure. But even though the problem is solved and the situation is resolved, the song is not yet over. A lot of listeners overlook a lot of things, the same as few writers look a lot of things over. The subject has been dissected and analyzed, the beat has been selected, vocals amplified, mistakes have been corrected. I'm taking into perspective, cause I'll be damned if I make a mistake on a record. Right about now, I'ma make it an effort to take this part of the rhyme and extend it in order to end it at a later time with an ongoing 5-dot etc. line. Right about now, I'ma write about how I know not what it is I need to be writing down. Right about now, I'm drawing a blank on the rhythm-based canvas with invisible paint. Right about now marks the third right about now. The fourth one is coming up right about now. Right about now, I must admit that I'm stuck, for I have not a beginning for the verse coming up. What kind of beginning is this? For a beginning list, beginning without a beginning for me to begin with. Where do I go from here? Better from where will the information come in? How will it get here? Inspiration, hunt, dictation, my dear. I know the way my road is paved, all I gotta do is steer. If you sit in the station, a train will appear. Do you see what I'm saying? Am I making it clear? The song is already written. The car sits on the side of a road, waiting to be driven. It's up to me to go stick the key in the ignition and drive at whatever speed it takes to ride the rhythm. I can spit it at a quicker pace, hit the brakes and leave skid marks across a listener's face. I transport thoughts from one place to another, while others just wanna race with one another. What a waste of time, their offer I decline and continue to drive my aura through your state of mind. This here is hip-hop in fifth gear. If I put it in the sixth, the song will disappear. The force on which I take off could ripple the air and cripple the optical nerve of the pupils who stare. Right about now, I'ma take it there. Take it where? Take it to where it is yet to be took. Right about now, it's like I'm reading out loud, and what is yet to be read is about to be right now. Right about now, I'ma write about now, cause right about now is about now. Right about now, I'ma write about how now becomes then and then becomes now. Right now is now, then again, now is now, come again, now, come again. Now becomes then is now comes to an end. So when right about now is right about to end, it won't be long before right about now is about then. Therefore, it is now that brings forth then. Then again, it all depends on your perception, I guess. Some might say they see time as a stretch or blend, like then becomes now as the moment transcends, or time is a continuous now that never ends. So forth and so on, the etc. goes on forever. The dotted line intertwines and comes together. Moments come and go, memories last forever, but not every moment is meant to be remembered. I treasure the golden, hold them close and hope to once again venture those I value the most. I've captured many and brought them to an end, and it's about time for me to do it again. Right about now. I got nothing to lose, I got nothing to lose, I got nothing to choose, I got nothing to do. To whom it may concern, I struggle like no other. Nobody knows the trouble I undergo. My hunger goes unattended, extended, so my hunger grows. Fed up and unfed, unable to go to sleep on an empty stomach with food for thought inside of my head. See, more than tired, I'm inspired by what lies ahead. Tempted to make an attempt to awake the undead prior to the temptation of lying in bed. How long can I long? Every morning I mourn. Allow me to elaborate on the words of this song. Those who have been 80 ages feel I'm taking too long, but it's hard to provide a meal without a plate to serve it on. I got songs without beats without this. So how in God's green earth am I to record this shit? Luckily for me, I'm fortunate enough to be unfortunately unfortunate. At least let me struggle in peace. Many had said in his head, and then he went to bed but didn't sleep. You gotta wonder when the suffering is gonna end, and when it ends, you gotta wonder when it's gonna begin again. And begin again it does, for no reason, just because. But just because don't justify the cause. What am I to do besides get through it and utilize the heartache that I despise? Provided by what is not provided, and I am not excited, but I have got to get it together, whether I like it or not. I got nothing to lose, I got nothing to prove, I got nothing to do, I got nothing but two. Whom it may concern, I got something for you, and that something is new, and that something is true. I got nothing to lose, I got something to prove, I got something to move, I got something to do. Whom it may concern, I got something for you, and that something is new, and that something is true. To whom it may concern, I've been living in an illusion, wallowing in my own hollow delusions. Follow the leader into a land of outlandish, doing imaginary scenarios, immature insecurities, all encompassing my demise. Oh, why don't you come inside? One thing that I want is for you to feel what I endure. If comforting, you could leave your troubles at the door. Just know before you enter, you're more than likely to leave with more. You see, this house is not a happy home, more like a dilapidated castle of crap in which I never cease to roam. But every now and then, just every now and then, I leave myself alone. Then I get in the zone. Distraction coming yelling, but I lower the tone. Like never mind this silly bitch, just continue the poem. And in a matter of minutes, I'm in a world of my own, where the matter that stands is no longer the matter in hands. I am one with the land, I am one with the sound. One might say his love for the music is very profound. Life is not a box of chocolates, it's a merry-go-round. And every person's like a horse going through the ups and downs. So blessed be this wretched bag of bricks I lug around, cause you will never know up until you come to know down. I got nothing to lose, I got nothing to prove, I got nothing to do, I got nothing but two. Whom it may concern, I got something for you, and that something is new, and that something is true. I got nothing to lose, I got something to prove, I got something to move, I got something to do. Whom it may concern, I got something for you, and that something is new, and that something is true. Paradox is there, better prepare, better beware, better be scared, better you than me, open your eyes, who better than you to see? Confusion is in the air, surprise, paradox is there, dox is there, better prepare, better beware, better be scared, better you than me, open your eyes, who better than you to see? Confusion is in the air, surprise, paradox is there, leaving you dumbfounded and unaware of what grounded is you standing where. Sit down. It is now that you begin to stare into the absolute nothing consuming the air. When done, you will wonder what it was that brought you there. Reflect on what it is you recollect, it's all there. What man in his right mind would dare ponder a question beyond any kind of logic to declare and answer the hurdle which prevents him from understanding that beyond his comprehension? The circle, a symbol representing existence without a beginning and a life that never ends. Back to the beginning, let's beginning again. Made a repetitious cycle, continue to spin. As soon as the sun sets, the dark will ascend. As day becomes night, the light is forgotten. But on the other side, the light is provided for life to blossom. Wake up and smell the pollen, it's blowing in the wind, floating in the air. Open your eyes, dox is there. Blowing in the wind, floating in the air. Paradox is there, better prepare, better beware, better be scared, better you than me, open your eyes, who better than you to see? Confusion is in the air, surprise, paradox is there, dox is there, better prepare, better beware, better be scared, better you than me, open your eyes, who better than you to see? Confusion is in the air, surprise, paradox is there. Man fears what he can't understand, understands very little, right? Leaving him with a lot to fear. Symptoms of paranoia appear in the actions of the listener the minute the words hit the ears. All worries disappear once the meaning is clear. Compromise that clarity and the fear reappears. Dox is here, there, every here and there. Yet the state of mind in which I exist is quite rare. And if I may presume, you were not yet quite there. Perfection takes time, time takes space, space takes room, room takes place when all that is left to be consumed is left to be consumed. See how you're left with room to guess and assume. You can leave it up to me to lead you nowhere at all. It is there that you will see it all, or see nothing at all. Nothing is there, no need to prepare, no need to beware, no need to be scared, no need to know needs. I want you to know there is nothing you need to know. And another thing, there's no such thing as no such thing. Down here, the air that you breathe, the air that you need, the air that you're unable to see is there. Impossible to get a grip on the wind, it simply slips through the spaces in between fingers. Amazement lingers at this moment I am as things are, a part of the all-knowing, all-seeing, all-God. Acknowledge this but think of nothing, exist without acknowledgement and the discussion. Oh yeah, paradox is there, better prepare, better beware, better be scared, better you than me, open your eyes, who better than you to see? Confusion is in the air, surprise, paradox is there, dox is there, better prepare, better beware, better be scared, better you than me, open your eyes, who better than you to see? Confusion is in the air, surprise, paradox is there. I recall sitting on top of a rock, analyzing seashells that placed on my lap, fantasizing that they'd be here I'd meet another species, completely fascinated by the texture of seaweed, pondering with the wind blowing, wondering if its skin could be broken. I began removing articles of clothing, eyes glowing, reflecting the sparkles of the ocean. In search of an answer for my question, I dove in, expecting that section to be broken. First there was a burst, some sort of explosion. At that moment I thought a hole had been opened, but when I rose and focused I noticed that hole had been closed. Amazed and frozen, dazed by the very sight of waves growing, filled with emotion, chills of excitement, but still frightened by the lightning approaching. Trying to bump it, moving in slow motion, I begun losing hope when assuming the hold of the ocean was too bold to be broken. Stunned with confusion, I knew brainwaves were more potent, and I could use them to come to a conclusion. If I went with the current instead of against it, it would help get me where I'm going instead of preventing it. Stroking with relentless effort, choking for the amount of water I digested, but knowing up ahead lied an exit. I became breathless, and it became evident that the pain in my chest had spread. Infected by the sea, I desperately needed to be decongested, yet neglected the aching pain that sent statements of my brain which stated the host's flesh is soaking wet, and without rest cannot make it. Face it and accept your impatience has become a burden, and the determination you have so long yearned for will be the cause of your death. Little did I know it wouldn't be long before I experienced my first storm. I couldn't believe this liquid came in so many forms. I wanted to flee, but to leave would be wrong. Something in me still believes this sea is where I belong. Incapable of letting go, I held on to what cannot be touched. The something in me, something to be clutched and set free at once. Let it be, embrace this beautiful place. Its face is shapeless, its shape can shape shift, its weight can shift and shake ships. I'm a feather in winds, a measly 150 pounds. It's far too easy for me to be tossed around, yet I walk with unfamiliar feet on foreign ground. As I reach the destination, I'll seek the path increased. Stuck in the middle of the goddamn beach, a safe haven is out of my reach. I'm bathing in grief, flooded with an amazing abundance of disbelief. My courage, it appeared, had vanished in thin air. Over the course of a couple of hours, I managed to lose the power to move forward toward a new challenge. The forces of the palace knocked me off balance. The horse is exhausted and can no longer gallop. The fortress is alive. I can forfeit and die, or submit to the ways of the wicked waves and glide. By the ticket, take the ride. But if I miss it, I'm stuck. Shit out of luck, left with none other than the choice to give up. Imagine not having the sense of touch or the strength to speak. The blue lips upon the pale face, babble as the teeth chatter, sound travels in a staggering manner. It's like a syllable splicing dagger, slice the word. So by the time the lips release it, it's served in bits and pieces, weakening my attempt to speak upon its uniqueness. Mouth rambling about the men handling treatment, serving as one of the most disturbing inconveniences. Could it be I've been babied throughout my achievements, and the diaper providing lady is tired of being lenient, or sick of taking shit from some inadequate prick with a 2-bit vision of the immaculate rhythm and shit? Get a grip on what reality, why? To get equipped with it, callous coded in casualties, So you were born to live a life to die. Why the hassle? That isn't normal normality. What paradoxical obstacles baffle me? Why aboard a boat that's bound to sink when I got hope to carry me? Positive thinking is a rubber ducky inflated with air from the mouth of a busybody. Free it out, see it out, said the voice in my head. The thunder doesn't speak, it shouts, and when the voice is spread, you kinda wanna hide under the bed. And I've been granted access to a mattress made of liquid in an atmospheric atmosphere. Wait a minute, I'm not here. This isn't even happening. The music stopped, I awoke in a state of shock, soaking wet, yet I never broke a sweat. So I really couldn't tell whether it was over yet. But I was sure of one thing, that was not a dream. The realms of reality had been broken, practically cracked open. If I could actually travel back to that exact moment and not knowing if I'm living and dying, I'm not going. Then again, I hear it calling, the beat creeping, and I'm stalling, afraid of falling asleep. But I'm thinking, somewhere between life and death there lies a sense of freedom. Just lean into the crack and get acquainted with the meaning, the median. Go against odds in an attempt to barge with the fully armed squad in a mob to shout. Run him out if he's running his mouth, running his house, his humble abode. This'll let him know you're in. I swear to God, the next rapper to spit about cars is gonna get a goddamn law rammed in his garage. I intend to put an end to the bullshit trends, but until then, me and my men will yell. They gathered weaponry, guns, accessory. One by one they scattered consecutively after the enemy was captured and sent to me. Disaster eventually shattered his entity. Laughter a penalty faced by rappers placed in penitentiaries plastered with centuries of hate, where many make attempts to escape the terrible unbearable punishment they await. Locked behind bars designed to shock stars who rhyme to cop cars. I drop lines in large amounts and count squads who mount and shout charge and barbarically bombard their bodyguards. Run amok and bum rush, I rock hard. Rusty rods thrust through guts, they got barred. Stomach cut, carved, barred, stuck, scarred. Good God, no, good job. From above the lifeless corpse came the misty fog, where the uninvited slaves were sighted and slayed, passing in an ideal fashion through the graveyard where they laid, slowly passing away. Hard be it to say whether death was far away, but you can bet your bottom dollar that they starve for days. And may God help their soul if their spirit misbehaves. My goal, put an end to their ridiculous ways. Their men patrolled all four ends of the stage and pretended they were more than prepared to engage. Offended was the man who stood, not afraid but outraged by this horrendous masquerade. Let me out of my task, or shall I say crusade, to attack with a vigorous rap, a belligerent array of rhythm at that. Now move back if you allow me the space to do that. I'll proudly relieve you with these cowardly thieves who were here to mislead you and steer you in the wrong direction with a song. Correction in the wrong direction with a forget it, it's time to get it on, said the thoroughbred, ducking his head while extending his arm to reach inside of a rhyme, pull out a bar, an abundance of lines to punish the blind. The puppets who find it hard to, fuck it, never mind, charge. I go against odds in an attempt to barge with the fully armed squad in a mob to shout. Run them out If he's running his mouth, running his house, his humble abode, this'll let him know you're in. I swear to God, the next rapper to spit about cars is gonna get a goddamn log rammed in his garage. I intend to put an end to the bullshit trends, but until then, me and my men will yell. I run with over 100 soldiers shouting louder than 1,000 boulders pounding towers. Behold the sound of thunder, shower me with the power to lift the ground up from under. A 5 billion pound building filled with 9 million men, women and children, pets, household items. This is Clash of the Titans versus the second coming of the newly wedded Vikings, married to spike pens, writing an enticingly frightening tight blend of scripts that begin with an N and end with a. Blood drips from the hand that grips the pen. The drops fall into their proper place when they splatter. God bless the paper within proper grammar now. Red, white, and blue, my star-spangled banner. Oh, say can you charge in an orthodox manner? Scorching hot torches get tossed and set fire. Boys become men in a matter of months and begin preparation for the battle at once. As battering rams ram the castle front. Flaming arrows pierce through skin and bring death, letting victory sing through the smell of burning flesh. The song carries out a nauseating stench. Kingdoms crumble, causing kings to retire, all during the course of a fallen empire. I go against odds in an attempt to barge with the fully armed squad and a mob to shout. Run him out if he's running his mouth, running his house, his humble abode. This'll let him know you're in. I swear to God, the next rapper to spit about cars is gonna get a goddamn log rammed in his garage. I intend to put an end to the bullshit trends, but until then, me and my men will yell. In a world of shit I can't stand, I sit with my hands in front of my lips, trying to come up with a plan, some sort, a manuscript for a sing-along song, a tribute to dickhead derelict ding-dongs. Anger, uncut, pure, rough, rugged and more, from the pits of my stomach I roar, revealing the vex, feeling I get, hill in the chest, with an expressive, yes it's therapeutic, get abusive, let it loose with an exclusive, damn you brand new set of music, this mental of men, handling can't cancel this scandalous, vandalous marketing plan, I come across the dumb and lost and find that I'm one of a kind is something they try to define, of course they fail to pass, past and fail to ask if they'll surpass their everlasting task, piece by piece I put together my craft, they sit in disbelief, point their fingers and laugh, unaware as to why I won't stare at a path till I will line of visions meeting a reflection of glass, now they notice and I notice them, watching me, watching them, a feeling of discomfort descends, it appears that the tables have turned once again, I started jotting down their every movement with a pen, time after time after time after time after time, again and again and again and again and again, yo, over and over and over and over again, it never ends, time after time after time after time after time, again and again and again and again and again, yo, over and over and over and over again, it never ends. The story takes place at about 5 p.m. I'm in a place of public transportation again, writing, rehearsing, reciting, doing whatever I can to make the trip the slightest bit exciting. But then, from out the cloud of ignorant, loudmouth boys, I hear a displeasing gesture, an annoying noise, one that is to be remembered. This sound that he employed signified a sentiment of resentment, and I enjoyed his discontentment, similar to mine, a lot less defensive, yes, but give it some time. I play the things that play the strings attached to the spine. I work the word in a verse that serves to work the nerves. Too poor to pay attention, it's unfortunate hurt. How they only knew before that such a thing would occur. Forced to make a withdrawal for my investment, went neglected, receiving close to no interest at all. It is now in my best interest to bust balls and resurrect the goal, to redirect the shouts and deposit my nonsense in another account. Deposit my obnoxious nonsense in the what? Time after time after time after time after time, again and again and again and again and again, yo, over and over and over and over again. It never ends. Time after time after time after time after time, again and again and again and again and again, yo, over and over and over and over again. It never ends. All aboard the train board, cheated and pissed off, reading the drift off, facing a book. The minute I make a sound, passengers frown. Everybody and their mother makes a motherfucking face. Oh, for fuck's sake, put the book down. Try to take listening to the literature in the rhythm in which it is delivered into consideration. Quit making a bitter face and sit the fuck down. This song's brought to you in part by storm clouds from a dark sky that sponsor frustrated sides. They appear when I conjure my upgraded cries for attention. In my dimension, some recognition. I spit till I'm out of breath. Take a breath and proceed to flow till there's no one left to listen. Inside of this mind of mine is a record spinning, a beat with a hook that exemplifies repetition. I greet the intro with a something must be missing. How can it be that I'm still here in the same position? I strive to break the cycle and escape the prison, cause I've came to the realization that the clock is ticking. They don't know who are they are so far away from what, not what, but who, okay. They don't know who are they are so far away from who, not who, but what, good God. They don't know who are they are so far away from what, not what, but who, okay. They don't know who are they are so far away from who, not who, but what, good God. There is no limit, no finish, never will it ever end. No reason for me to even speak upon it again. No reason for not believing in yourself to ascend beyond the shadow of a doubt present in the monument. Kind of theory, hypothetical theories I am. Prejudice against pessimists / skeptics in them. People always giving in to the action driven by fear. On so what if this happens, allowing it to appear. You're seeing passion, I trust that which I hold dear. And it's that passionate loss that is oh so sincere. I've seen the evidence unfold, my truth is so clear. I know the way my road is paved, all I gotta do is steer. What a bitch that's gonna be, living in fear. Had they any faith in God, they know the outcomes are short. But they don't know who are they are so insecure. But who am I to say, for I have been there before? So they don't know who are they are so far away from what, not what, but who, okay. They don't know who are they are so far away from who, not who, but what, good God. They don't know who are they are so far away from what, not what, but who, okay. They don't know who are they are so far away from who, not who, but what, good God. Now if you speak then I'll listen, but if you speak a religion, know there are those who think different before you preach your opinion. I for one believe in God to be a part of me, and me to be a part of Him. It isn't hard to see the God in me, pardon to Him. Its use is due to the lack of better words. The idea of an invisible man in the sky's absurd. What lies have become of these misinterpreted words? How far can they fetch? To what extent will they go? Will they look into their TV and tell the minister no? Or place their faith in an envelope and mail it to the show? I don't know, it's one thing to touch and another to feel. But you can feel what you touch if what you touch has a feel. The false prophet, he touches upon topics he feels can make a profit. It is you watch it, he's digging into your pockets. So tell me how it feels to be touched by the hand that heals, and at the same time fucked over by the hand that steals. They don't know who are they are so far away from what, not what, but who, okay. They don't know who are they are so far away from who, not who, but what, good God. They don't know who are they are so far away from what, not what, but who, okay. They don't know who are they are so far away from who, not who, but what, good God. You either will or you won't. Ain't no half stepping, you either do or you don't. Do it at all, don't pursue a backup plan. Something to fall back on. If you fall back, then stand back up, be your man. Put your back against the wall, be brave, stand tall. You're all the same, all brains, not enough cock and balls. They are not built to last, not at all. They'll never understand what it is to stand till they fall. They don't know, still they voice their opinion and speak of the what if as if it's so important. How often do they solve? My guess is when they're stressed out about their boring jobs, they'll never get what they want, though they may have what they choose. That is if they're willing to do what it is they have to do. Nothing to it but to do it. Your will for you is God's will for you, and God is willing to assist if you are willing to persist. So stop doubting the outcome and get to it. They don't know who are they are so far away from what, not what, but who, okay. They don't know who are they are so far away from who, not who, but what, good God. They don't know who are they are so far away from what, not what, but who, okay. They don't know who are they are so far away from who, not who, but what, good God. If it isn't making love, then it's passionate sex. I used to get on her, get off and then get upset. Walk out of the venue and leave the club with regrets. I didn't satisfy your pleas, nor did I impress. My demeanor switch, stop thinking with your dick. You wanna get a slut excited? Be mean to the bitch. So I did, and to my surprise, they were screaming and shit, yelling my name, oohs and ahs, and oh my god, still my performance could have been better. The more I did it, the better it got, the better it got. The more I did it, I hit it in different spots. Whether or whether not, I would manage to make it hot. They never did a cover time that I didn't do damage. I got basically butt naked in front of cameras. The clothing is the mold. When it's broken, I could open and unload a load of bottled emotion to behold. At first I came in squirts that wasn't enough to quench their thirst. Now I jerk before I bust a new verse. I can spray 100 people at once, but the liquid's a lot easier to drink when it's poured in a cup. This album is a product of love, not of immature lust. If that's what you're looking for, don't pick it up. I could give less than a line from a bullshit battle rhyme I did to impress a corny crowd of horny kids. Fun while it lasted, but fun can only last so long. It could never compare to a passionate song. Don't take offense, brother man, try and understand. Your punchline rhymes are like one night stands. Now they may scream your name if you meet the demands, but when they're tired of fucking, they're gonna search for real love. Love is the greatest gift in the world. 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 Death is right around the corner. Count your blessings, it amounts to a valuable lesson. Practice what I preach, examine every single second. The thought occurred at exactly 1:37, the second day after my 22nd celebration. September 22nd, 1980, I was given the greatest gift in the world. Given as the greatest gift in the world. Diamonds and pearls couldn't compare to the look in her eyes, the smile in her face, the child in her arms, the love I embraced, the bond between the mother and son. Between the mother and son, between the mother and son, between the mother and son, between the mother and son. I miss the boy that I was, but love what I become. There are truths that I despise and others I hide from. There are moments I await, a fate that I can't escape alone, with a new beginning that is yet to take place. But as long as I make use of the continuous now seems to move at a slower pace. I love life as much as I fear death, and out of that comes the appreciation for each breath. Inhale a sense of safety, exhale a what have I done lately besides music, and where's that gonna take me in life? You get what you give, so when I give it my all, you're more than likely to get the greatest gift in the world. Life is 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 the greatest gift in the world. If gifts are better to give than to receive, I should stick a ribbon on every single CD. Distribute them to hip-hop heads on Christmas Eve. Since Kris Kringle is dead, I guess it's up to me. Go to sleep, and if you're lucky, you'll wake up to see a vision wrapped in rhythm sitting under the tree. How do I explain to you what music means to me? Not easy for me to do, but easy for you to see. To put it in words is too difficult the task. The concept is too complex for you to grasp. How can you do the math if you're not even in a class? When I'm speaking, you're by the door, peeking through the glass, making stupid faces to make the students laugh, talking out your ass, walking the halls without a pass. In the school of life, there are those who get expelled, as well as those who remain but never excel. All the same, in the school of music, the teachers are stupid. Some of the professors are dumber than the students, but the art is a unique beauty, to say the least. I use it to speak, then again the art speaks through me. Every sound and rhythm is a profound vision. I translate the transcript, state the transition. Good things coming, man, listen, forget about the package. It's the thought that counts, not to mention how well you rap. And my songs are made of magic, made for men and women and children of all ages, teens, boys and girls, to whom it may concern the greatest gift in the world.
It's over by the cracks in your habitat, by the lining in your environment in which you're slowly losing your composure. It's over by the speed of breath, death is born. The veins that sustain are torn, and the brain is stormed with pain. feel that it's over. You have not seen the light standing in the midst of the sun's rays, and for this blindness your name has been scorned. And my eyes and all who are wise, it's over. Bring me an abundant means by which I may pave a road bordered with the sweltering stench of carcass, and I will show you demise in its most glorious and supportive form. You've trained for so long, only to catch glimpses of what it means to be strong. You cannot dodge them or demolish them, so hold the tumbling boulders as they come rolling from all angles. If you can, I will tell you that it's not, but it is. It's over. Look back over your shoulder one last time. You'll never find, so why try? Close your eyes. Sleep now. In the deepest stages, you decide how you will awaken, or has the option been taken from you? How quickly the day has fallen. Hobbled memory won't sustain you through the night, and I can't guarantee you another morning. If I choose to fight, I will start victorious and quickly lose interest in the hollow-bodied warriors pressing the exoskeleton. You are no soldier, and in the second before the completion of his most crowning achievement, his extreme focus will cause him to see the scope of what has transcended. The question he will ask, when did it end? Why? In that moment he will choose to accept the conclusion or deny the truth and continue moving in his falsified stride, but always knowing deep inside it's over.
Many styles, many styles, many styles, many styles, many styles in the motherfucking place. Now when it comes to spitting the flow, ripping the show, sticking the hoe, I deliver something that'll make them shake and shiver. Fuck a topic, fuck a concept, fuck a point. I'm gonna brag about myself like everybody else. So here's to another meaningless joint under my belt. Cheers. I propose a toast to those who drink beer and smoke pot to the point where they can no longer think clear. Step inside the booth, full ass back with the land and a career. Here, hip-hop is here to employ witty men and foolish boys. You would enjoy this beautiful noise. It's equivalent to that of which you would flush down the toilet. A bunch of shit, and believe you me, I got a bunch of it in overwhelmingly large abundance of law to run with. For some it's hard to stomach 100 bars of rubbish. You'll either love it or leave it. If you love it, you'll eat it. If you eat it, you'll need to be treated immediately, cause it's iller than, I don't know, toxic waste. Many styles in the motherfucking place. Don't act like you ain't heard the name and seen the face. I ain't here to make a living off of taking up space. Many styles in the motherfucking place. You ought to know by now that I ain't taking up space. Don't act like you ain't heard the name and seen the face. I ain't here to make a living off of taking up space. Ever wonder what it's like to wonder what it's like to wonder? They get up out of bed but can't awaken from their slumber. They know what they've been told by those who know what they've been told. You see, this hand-me-down knowledge generated ages ago, and I know what they've been told, cause I've been told the same thing. I had to broaden my horizons to expand on greater things. Eyes gleam with the initiative to explore finer things, literature, in order to design a signature. I put the pen in the palm, then extended the arm with the intentions of inventing, not to mention dropping bombs. But I was too dependent upon a person to set it on until the writing had transcended into gems instead of bombs. You see, I'd rather them have a gem to cherish instead of a blast that'll perish a couple of seconds after you get it. I'll laugh at this disastrous fetish to kill a flow. If you were to kill half of the flows you spill, you wouldn't be taking up space. Many styles in the motherfucking place. You ought to know by now that I ain't taking up space. Don't act like you ain't heard the name and seen the face. I ain't here to make a living off of taking up space. Many styles in the motherfucking place. You oughta know by now that I ain't taking up space. Don't act like you ain't heard the name or seen the face. I ain't here to make a living off of taking up space. I think I'm tired of rap, I'ma retire. In fact, whatever occupation I desire, I'ma do that. Never mind the qualifications it requires. In fact, just hand in an application and wait for them to call back. If I get it, I'll get it. If I don't, then I won't. Let it ruin my hopes, I'm too stupid for that. Training is something I lack, experience is a factor. But what does it matter, I never needed shit to be a rapper. And boy did I succeed in that. In fact I did more than succeed, like a triple platinum plaque indeed. Do I need to proceed, or you see what I'm getting at? Well this here little analogy so to speaks the mentality of those who seek a salary in hip hop nowadays. Don't make an ass out of yourself for the sake of getting paid. If this can in any way help you to put the pen away, then the intent is to prevent you from writing another day. Many styles in the motherfucking place. You oughta know by now that I ain't taking up space. Don't act like you ain't heard the name or seen the face. I ain't here to make a living off of taking up space. Many styles in the motherfucking place. You oughta know by now that I ain't taking up space. Don't act like you ain't heard the name or seen the face. I ain't here to make a living off of taking up space. Many styles. Many styles. In the motherfucking place. Yeah. 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 Let's go. Music's my reason for living, my sole purpose. I've been placed upon the planet Earth to write verses. Many nights were spent dwelling outside of churches, yelling out obscenities to release the energy. I traveled the streets as an unstoppable entity. Now travel the beat to unravel the memory. I reminisce and I remember it quite well. The glorious yells, we all got a story to tell. 75th and 4th Ave is where I walked past the people in their pretty vehicles and laughed. I was driven by the wrath, the rhythm ready to crash into anything made of metal that stood in my path. Back and forth I walk with a black box, blasting pure through the blocks of Brooklyn, the streets of New York. I'll break your motherfucking face, relevant of course, but I am strong. I bear the strength of this song, and I feel for whomsoever should dare to prove me wrong. It's 40 yo, what? It's 40 degrees, I'm wearing short sleeves, sweating like a bastard, walking at an abnormal speed, talking nonsense. Speaking constantly, listening to music irresponsibly. I call upon God, God doesn't respond to me, so I carry on with the intent of bringing harm to he who stands in my path. It'll be he who I smash, he will then definitely feel the unrelenting wrath. I have no fear, and I have no peers, nor do I have the slightest idea as to why I'm here. After many years of hibernating, many appears to make the power that he possesses abundantly clear. Abundantly clear. You can feel it in the air. You can feel it in the air. Can you feel it in the air? The time has come. The beginning began, and I have barely begun. There is more to come. 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 More to come.